Coming up next on the Jeff Crilley Show, you're going to meet one of the most respected legal minds in North Texas. Her name is Amanda McCall. Her journey just ahead.
Many are predicting that the worst is yet to come, which is unfortunate, said one person here. Until now, they've enjoyed the reputation of being the nation's icebox.
Watched a burglar in his home this morning by webcam.
As a journalist of over 25 years, stories are what make my world turn.
Reporting live from the Dallas newsroom tonight, Jeff Crilley, Fox 4 News.
But in 2008, I took the jump from my familiar life and started a PR firm from my home.
We're talking about anyone with a camcorder like the one I'm using becomes a television network.
We started slowly growing the company, and we now have over 100 clients, and we've branched into the world of live digital broadcasting. I now own 8 different TV studios and have a huge team, and the stories that I now get to share are sometimes the most important of my life. Life has a funny way of coming around full circle. This is the Jeff Crilley Show.
I'm a huge fan of people who rise to the top of their industry, and that perfectly describes my next guest. Amanda McCall is in the studio. She is an attorney and counsel at law at McCall Law Group. Thanks for coming on the show.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
You have a fascinating journey, and I want to first give a shout out to some of your education. So TCU,
Yep.
Bighorn Frogs.
Absolutely.
Tell us more about your legal prowess.
Sure. So I went all to TCU to bringing me to Texas. I'm originally from Oregon, but attended undergrad degree at TCU. Then traveled to California to attend Pepperdine Law School for law school.
Very respected.
Yeah. So got my little taste of California for 3 years, enjoyed the weather, the beach, and all that.
Glad to have you back here.
Absolutely. Came running back to Texas. So, and I'm here to stay. And so I've been here total for almost 10 years now, which I can't believe it. But
all right, let's go ahead and pull up her website. And as we scroll on the website, I know you have many different areas that you specialize in, but you're drawn to real estate law and family law.
I am, yes. Those are my main two. And it really kind of goes down to just what really brought me to the legal field is just that need to really want to help people in just really hard times of their life.
Sure.
With the things that are most important to them, right? Family, obviously, and property, your home. You work, your whole life and getting your home. And when things come up that hinder that, that's a very traumatic time for people. So those are kind of why those are my two main areas, is really just that need to really want to help people in hard times and led me to those two areas.
All right, let's talk about family law, because I think you're probably part therapist, part lawyer.
Absolutely.
And you're dealing with individuals at one of their lowest points, right? So I'm sure you have great bedside manner. What are some parts about family law that you enjoy?
Yeah, so just like you said, it is attorney and counselor. Counselor at law and therapist. But it really is just being able to help those people when they are at their lowest of their low, especially when kiddos are involved, right? That really kind of tugs at my heart and my heartstrings is, I do it for them. I obviously want to get the best outcome for my client when we're dealing with property and division of all of that. But at the end of the day, what comes down to it for me is the kids. Making sure that they are okay, they're going to be well taken care of. They're going to be able to spend the time with both mom and dad, because that's a very traumatic time for them. I know that personally. And so, I really do that for the kids.
Tell us what it's like after you get a good outcome and you get that hug from the client. And what does that feel like?
It is, it's hard to even describe, especially if it's been a nasty fight, nasty battle. But just knowing that they're going to be okay is really what makes it at the end of the day.
That's so beautiful.
Yeah.
I want to talk about the other side of your life. So we're going to scroll down her Instagram page because you are a fitness competitor. In fact, you confessed to me that you this is your season right now.
It is.
Like,
This is my season.
You're weighing every grain of rice.
I am. Got food scales scattered throughout my kitchen. I have multiple. Yeah.
Well, I admire so much the discipline that it takes to become, a top fitness competitor or a bodybuilder. How long have you been involved in that?
Fitness has been a huge part of my life forever. It's kind of what got me through undergrad and law school, just as an outlet to relieve stress. Then about 3 years ago, I took it up a notch and decided to compete. Kind of goes towards my, competitive nature and just my drive and kind of all that I do. So yeah, I've been competing for about 3 years, and just like you mentioned, I'm kind of starting up prep to compete in a show in sometime in July.
Wow. Okay. So at what point do you really dial it in? I mean, July is still several months away. So
It is.
I would be eating cheeseburgers right now.
I think that if my coach knew if I ate a cheeseburger right now, he would have my neck. But so no cheeseburgers for me. But I'm still eating pretty good as far as, calorie count and whatnot. I'm not hungry by any means. I would say probably when I'm about 6 weeks out, 4 weeks out, that's when the food gets cut and the cardio goes up, and I'm going to be, struggling to stay afloat, but I have some time.
But and the reason I mention that is if you're looking for an attorney with attention to detail and the discipline that it must take for you to compete at that level, it's, when you're waking up to go to the gym, you don't press the snooze button.
That is, nope, definitely not. It's, time management, being very, very dedicated is kind of just part of me. And so that, that flows into both my work and my hobby as a fitness competitor.
I love it. Yeah. We have about 2 minutes left, so look into the camera on the left, and if there's somebody out there who may need to engage you for either real estate or family law, what's your message to them?
Yeah, I mean, my message is don't wait. I know that hiring an attorney can sound stressful, can be a position that you never think that you have to be in. But I will say that it is better to be ahead of the game, to reach out, to talk to someone, get the help that you need so that we can get ahead of it and make sure that you are well taken care of.
Outstanding. Thank you so much for sharing your heart and your wisdom with us. We're going to end with her website, which is McCalllawgroup.com, the great Amanda L. McCall. Thanks for coming on the show.
Thanks so much, Jeff.
You bet. That's it for now. We'll see you next time.